Revenge films.
My father-in-law Bob was a bad drunk. This one time, he hit me and I broke my cheekbone. Blair really wanted to leave him. My husband and I talked about living with her to protect her. Bob was a teacher. He drank once in a while, but it was nothing serious. But everything started to change when he was transferred to a different school 8 years ago. He started drinking heavily and became violent. He started abusing his wife and breaking things around the house. Turns out he was being bullied at his new school. But he couldn't tell his family, so he decided to drink himself stupid instead. He was so nice when he was sober, but when he drank, he became a completely different person. He said horrible things to his wife and hit her.
Die already! Stop leeching off of me!
He'd say to his wife. He broke things around the house too. I can't take this anymore. When he's sober, he doesn't say a word. And when he drinks, he gets so violent. And Ellie is scared of him too. She just stays in her room all the time now. And so, she came to my husband to ask for help. My husband and I started thinking of a plan to save her. One day, I went over to her house to talk about a plan. He's not home right now, so... But when I got there, he was there. He was drunk and messing up the house. I was shocked to see him like that. He was a completely different person. I told her we should call the cops. Cops? But he'll lose his job. No way. If I could call the cops, I would have done that already. She said. Then Bob noticed me.
Hey, you! What are you doing here? Who let you in? Was it you? Don't tell me you asked her to help you now!
I started recording this just in case. Then, I was gonna tell her we should leave, but then... She just showed up! I knew nothing about this! Then she pushed me in front of Bob! Blair? Then he started hitting me. He reeked of alcohol! I looked at the table and found a bottle of whiskey. Oh no, I'm screwed. I couldn't fight back. He just kept hitting me.
Why aren't you fighting back, huh? You saying I'm weak? I'll show you!
Then he grabbed the bottle and charged at me. It all happened too fast. I got knocked out on the floor. I was in a lot of pain. Luckily, the bottle missed, but he landed a good punch on my face. I hit my head on the table. I was drifting in and out of consciousness. Then he came on top of me and started touching my breasts. I was so upset. I started crying. I asked Blair to help, but... Stop resisting. Just let him do his thing. She said. I tried to fight back, but I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't do anything back to him.
I heard you can't have kids, but you got some nice boobs. Let's see if I can get you pregnant.
Then he reached for my pants. Then I felt really sick. I threw up all over the place.
Gross! What are you doing?
He jumped off of me. That's disgusting, said Blair. This was my chance. I crawled, because I couldn't get up, to my bag and tried to call an ambulance. You trying to call an ambulance? Aren't you overreacting a little? Said Blair. Then she took my phone away. That's when I passed out. I woke up in the hospital. Turns out Katie, my husband's sister, called an ambulance for me. Oh, Allie, I'm so sorry. I should have called the cops when I had the chance. I'm so sorry. She was crying. You were home? I'm sorry you had to see all that. It must have been really scary. I knew Dad was hitting you. I could hear it from my room, but I was just so scared of him. On the other hand, Blair was trying to make all kinds of excuses. I tried to call an ambulance, but she said she was fine. Liar. I took out the phone and played the recording. It was all on tape. Bob hitting me, trying to rape me. Everything Blair said to me was on there too. My husband was there too. Everyone's face turned blue when they heard the recording, including the nurse. But, I had no choice. If I called the cops, he'd lose his job. And if I called an ambulance, he would have just hit me.
What the hell is wrong with you, Mom? So you don't care what happens to others?
But she's young. She's gonna be fine. Was she serious? I wanted to yell at her, but my husband yelled at her for me.
That's it! I'm done with you! You deal with him on your own. We're not moving in with you. Get out of our lives!
Please don't leave me with him. She begged us to help her, but it was too late. My husband was so angry with her. I guess she was trying to defend herself, but still. She basically sacrificed me to save herself. So, we decided to take Katie with us and left her. As for Bob, the paramedics called the cops right away. He got arrested for assault and rape. His lawyer tried to claim that he was depressed, but it didn't work. He was sent to prison. He wasn't depressed or anything. He was just drinking to deal with his stress at work. Needless to say, he lost his teaching license. He'll never be able to teach again. 12 years later, he was released from prison. He started hitting the bottle right after. Then he beat the crap out of Blair and ran off. Blair was severely injured. We had to cut all ties with them at that point, so we only heard about it later. Who knows what Bob is up to now? But so far, the police haven't caught him. The house was now empty. Nobody knew where he was.
He's not smart enough to evade the cops for this long. Plus, he's a miserable drunk. My guess is he's already dead.
Katie was now 26. She met someone really nice and got married. I couldn't have a kid due to an illness, but Katie lived with us, so she was like my daughter. And she felt the same way about me. She even read me a touching letter at our wedding. I was so touched. I told her husband, "If you ever make her cry, I'm gonna end you." I probably shouldn't have said that, but oh well.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.